Mayor Hanneman's proposed 20-mile transit route running from East Kapolei to Ala Moana Center is one more round of voting away from final approval. But not everybody's happy with the route. KITV's Denby Fawcett reports.
UH students and some council members want the rail system to begin closer to town at Leeward Community College and end at the University of Hawaii, Manoa.
It's very concerning to me that the University of Hawaii Manoa be included on the first segment because it's going to give you the riders you need to expand this thing, period.
If passed, because that was the question then, if passed, it has to come to UH Manoa. For us, it would be almost a failure if it didn't.
But consultants convince some council members a Pearl City to UH Manoa route fails to meet necessary federal cost criteria and would jeopardize federal funding.
Basically, if we adopt a segment that goes to the university, that basically kills the project.
Kapolei community activists were furious at the attempt to change the route at this late stage.
It's terribly wrong. It's an injustice to the Leeward people who have waited so long and fought so long for rail.
Leeward residents say their traffic woes will be better eased by the mayor's East Kapolei to Ala Moana Center route. But critics say that route begins in the middle of nowhere.
I am skeptical that the first 3 stops of the proposed MOS are out in dirt fields.
When the full council meets next week to take a final vote on the mayor's proposed transit route, there are expected to be concerns from at least 5 council members, but not enough to derail it. Denby Fawcett, KITV4 Island Television News.
News from Honolulu Hale.
That's right, Stephanie. That's where this afternoon, by a vote of 5-4, Honolulu City Council members did, in fact, vote on that minimum operating system, approving that first segment of a rapid transit system here for the island of Oahu. And in the end, it was the system that they came up with just last week, that compromise deal that, for the most part, saved the entire system. That is the route traveling along Salt Lake Boulevard instead of the airport. Now, here's the animation of where the route goes. A 20-mile phase that would begin near the planned University of Hawaii West Oahu campus. It would then head off near Waipahu via Farrington Highway. The route then winds itself toward Pearl City following Kamehameha Highway. It'll then head to Salt Lake near Salt Lake Boulevard, then into Kalihi via Dillingham, and then connect over to Nimitz Highway, where it will ultimately run into town and to the Ala Moana Shopping Center. Again, no Honolulu International Airport and no University of Hawaii primary Manoa campus. Now, as you might expect, that vote did not come without some last-minute posturing by those 9 city council members inside of Honolulu Hale. Our chief political reporter Darren Pai was there as the debate raged on and the vote was finally taken. He joins us now in front of City Hall with the latest. Darren?
Well, Howard, as you said, this proposal passed by a 5-4 vote. Now, voting in favor of this alignment were council members Todd Apo, Nestor Garcia, Romy Cachola, Gary Okino, and Rod Town.
The council approved a transit route running from East Kapolei through Salt Lake to Ala Moana Center. Some had called for a route passing Honolulu International Airport, but supporters of the Salt Lake option say it's more important to take care of local commuters.
I'm not against servicing the airport. However, it doesn't make sense at this point in time to go to the airport without the Waikiki spur.
Mayor Mufi Hanneman says the city will now move on to preliminary engineering and planning.
It's been a matter of compromising. No one has gotten their way 100% all the time, but life isn't that way. And so we didn't get our first choice, we got our second choice.
The council shot down another attempt to add the University District to the transit line. City planners argued that option would not be cost effective.
If it doesn't go to UH Manoa, this isn't a traffic solution. I think it's been very misleading to the public, calling it Honolulu on the move, mass transit solution. This is not a mass transit solution.
I believe we are turning this major mistake into a gross mistake by failing to include the University of Hawaii in the initial operating segment. And this gross mistake becomes a fatal mistake without including the airport, Pearl Harbor, and Hickam Air Force Base.
All righty, Darren, so the historic vote is made 5-4. What happens next?
Well, Howard, this route becomes part of the city's application for federal funding for this project. The mayor says he wants to break ground in 2009. Hanneman has also consistently maintained that both the airport and the University of Hawaii might eventually be added to the system when money becomes available.
All righty. Well, thank you very much. Darren Pye reporting live tonight from Honolulu. Darren.